The most dangerous person in any confrontation is not the strongest, nor the loudest. It's the calmest. This idea may seem contradictory, but it was exactly what Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman in Japan's history, discovered. He remained undefeated in more than 60 duels to the death. What made Musashi unbeatable was not just his swordsmanship, but something far more subtle: his absolute mastery over emotion. He developed an emotional control system so refined that his opponents simply could not cope with him. In this method, you will discover the 4 principles Musashi used to remain calm even in the face of death, and how you can apply those same principles to the confrontations of the modern world. From workplace arguments to deep personal crises, one truth remains: whoever stays calm controls the game. When someone shouts at you or challenges you aggressively, what happens inside your body? Your muscles tense, your heartbeat races, anger rises, and before you even realize it, you're swept away by an emotional storm. This is the trap Musashi understood so well. He knew that when you let yourself be consumed by emotion, you lose control of the situation, and more importantly, of yourself. Musashi's first principle for winning any confrontation has nothing to do with strength or skill. It's about something deeper: emotional distance. Emotional distance is the ability to separate yourself from what you're feeling, to observe your inner reactions without being carried away by them. Musashi described this as watching a confrontation from above, like a cloud drifting across the sky. He didn't become anger or fear. He simply noticed these emotions arising and let them pass. That simple act of not identifying with emotion changes everything. Most of us fall into the trap of becoming the emotion itself. When someone insults you, you don't just feel anger, you are anger. It drives your words, your actions, your decisions. Musashi, on the other hand, took a different stance. He acknowledged anger without being ruled by it. He would simply say, "I am feeling anger now." That small shift creates space between you and the emotion, giving you the chance to respond rationally rather than reactively. You can apply this today. When you feel strong emotions during any confrontation, even a simple conversation, pause for a moment and tell yourself, "I notice that I am feeling anger," or "I notice that I am feeling frustration." Labeling the emotion creates space between you and it. Over time, that space expands, giving you more control. The secret is not to deny or suppress what you feel, but to stop being controlled by it. When you create emotional distance, the storm within you begins to settle, and that is where true power over the situation is born. The second principle is anticipatory awareness. Most people enter a confrontation without knowing what to expect. They react on impulse, trying to protect themselves in the heat of the moment. Musashi did the opposite. He believed that to stay calm, you need to know what's coming before it happens. He called this foresight, the ability to perceive your opponent's moves even before they make them. It wasn't about reading minds, but about recognizing patterns. Because as complex as humans are, under pressure, we become predictable. Anger follows repeated paths. Fear limits choices. Impatience exposes weaknesses. Before duels, Musashi studied his opponents, their movements, how they reacted to stress, which strikes they favored. He left nothing to chance. In his most famous duel against Sasaki Kojiro, Musashi knew Kojiro was vain, impatient, and relied on an unusually long sword. So Musashi deliberately arrived late, heightening Kojiro's irritation, and carved his own wooden sword on the way, slightly longer than Kojiro's. He won before the fight even began, because he already knew what to expect. You can use this same principle today. Before entering a difficult conversation, pause for 30 seconds and ask yourself 3 questions. What is this person's likely emotional state? What do they truly want from this interaction? And what are the 3 most likely ways they could react? Answering these questions prepares your mind for what's to come. This reduces the shock of emotional surprise, which is often what throws us off balance. When you anticipate, your body doesn't panic, it focuses. Even FBI hostage negotiators use this principle. Before any conversation, they analyze emotional profiles, review past behaviors, and map out possible dialogue paths. This allows them to stay calm in the most explosive situations, even as everyone else is on the verge of collapse. Anticipation is not about controlling the other person. It's about knowing the terrain before you step on it. The more you understand emotional patterns, the less surprised you'll be and the calmer you'll remain. Musashi's third principle was strategic breathing. He saw that the moment opponents felt fear or anger, their breathing changed. It became short, shallow, erratic, a sure sign of mental imbalance. For Musashi, controlling his breath was not a technical detail, it was a weapon. During combat, he trained not only his strikes, but also each breath. He understood that whoever controls breathing controls emotion. Modern science confirms this. Slow, steady breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for calming the body and restoring balance. Rapid breathing triggers fight or flight mode, flooding the brain with stress hormones that cloud judgment. Musashi developed a simple but powerful technique. Before a decisive moment, he would take one conscious breath, inhaling deeply through the nose to a count of 4, holding briefly, then exhaling through the mouth to a count of 6. That single cycle aligned body and mind, creating a moment of calm in the storm. You can use this exact method today. In a tense meeting, during an argument with a loved one, or before delivering difficult news. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold. Exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Even one cycle reduces tension and clears the mind. Repeat 2 or 3 times and you'll feel the effect spreading through your body. Breathing this way is like pressing a reset button inside you. No matter how chaotic the world around you is, you always have the power to create peace within. For Musashi, that inner calm was the foundation of victory. For us today, it's the foundation of a clearer, stronger life. The fourth principle is purposeful action. In most confrontations, people act on impulse. They want to win the argument, prove a point, or strike back. Musashi approached it differently. He didn't fight to feed his ego, he fought with purpose. He believed that to act without a clear goal was to fight blindly. Many of his opponents entered duels consumed by anger, pride, or fear of defeat. Musashi entered with clarity. He knew exactly what he wanted with every move and every decision. He wrote, "The warrior should not intend to attack first, but should remain centered on his greater purpose." That clarity of purpose kept him from being swept away by emotional storms. In modern confrontations, this is even more necessary. How many arguments have you had that began with a real reason, but quickly dissolved into accusations, past resentments, and hurt feelings. This happens when no one remembers the true purpose of the conversation. When purpose is lost, chaos takes over. The solution is simple. Before entering any conflict, a difficult conversation, a tense meeting, even a sensitive message, pause and ask yourself, what is my true objective here? Answer it in a single, clear sentence. It could be, I want to resolve this misunderstanding without causing more pain, or I want to defend my point without disrespecting anyone, or simply, I want to protect my peace. During the confrontation, when emotions rise, repeat your purpose mentally. It anchors you, preventing impulsive action. Your words and actions then serve your purpose, not your wounded ego. Having a clear purpose does not mean being cold or indifferent. It means your emotions serve something greater instead of working against you. This shift turns confrontations into opportunities for building, rather than just destroying. Musashi understood this deeply. He wasn't calm because he was insensitive. He was calm because he had clarity, and that clarity came from purpose. When you know what you are fighting for, you choose when to fight. More importantly, you choose when not to fight. True power lies not in winning confrontations, but in transcending them. Centuries ago, Musashi discovered that mastery in combat wasn't about defeating others, it was about mastering oneself. His 4 principles, emotional distance, anticipatory awareness, strategic breathing, and purposeful action, are not just battle tactics. They are pathways to a more conscious, centered, and free life. At its core, his teaching goes beyond swordsmanship, conflict, or victory. It is a philosophy of life rooted in not clinging to fleeting emotions, seeing the world with clarity, and acting with intention. The same wisdom echoes in Buddhism's teaching of non-attachment to the ego and in Taoism's concept of Wu Wei, effortless action in harmony with life's natural flow. Today, we live surrounded by confrontations. Social media, traffic, politics, relationships. Everything seems designed to provoke instant reactions. But the truly powerful person in the modern world is not the loudest nor the strongest. It is the one who remains serene while everyone else loses control. The one who chooses wisely where to invest their energy and where silence is the noblest response. When you begin to master these principles, you discover something remarkable. Many conflicts simply vanish because they only ever existed inside you. By transforming yourself, you transform the world around you. Like Musashi, you stop being just someone who fights battles, and you become someone who transcends them. That is the path not of brute strength, but of inner strength. Take a moment now to breathe deeply, and remember, true control does not come from force, but from awareness.